My analysis on Minnie Dlamini and Dr. Brian's relationship is that the foundation was already wrong to start with. You have her who was focusing on her divorce and raising her son, and you have him, on the other hand, being embroiled in drama with the mother of his two children. And I think the youngest is a year old or so. And she had complained about him lying to her or lying about the status of their relationship. I don't remember the exact details, but the fact is that he seemed to be a red flag to start with, because you have one party who lives in another country claiming that they are in a fully fledged committed relationship, and he, on the other hand, denying the existence of such a relationship and coming out with a new person in public whilst embroiled in a drama with the mother of his children, right? And whilst all of this is happening, there's information emerging that he was also once married and they got divorced. So when I look at this whole thing, I see someone who has issues with commitment. He has a problem with commitment, and unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be the kind of person who would want to be in a committed relationship. Therefore, he's not going to be able to settle in well with any woman he dates, because Mona, the issue was not the fact that he was dating Minnie Dlamini. The issue is that he is dating women not to commit. And whatever issues they may have been, di hlahelletse in the course of the relationship. What they are, we don't know. But what we know, ke hore, since they broke up, he's the one who's actually issuing statements, and he may do it with the notion that he's trying to protect her, but he isn't actually protecting her, because the statements, you most of them have these subliminal jabs, at her. The one was about how he was apologizing, or I don't know who was apologizing for cheating. Next thing you know, because there's a public outlash, he's now saying no, there were no issues of infidelity and all of that. But the point of the matter is, he seems to be the one who is consistently posting about her, while she, on the other hand, is minding her own business. And what makes it a little bit weird also for me is, now all of a sudden, he's posting women, he's posting about how he doesn't want to leave a certain area because there are pretty women there and all of that. It just sounds to me like he is actually trying to make Minnie jealous of whatever it is that he's doing. And the quickest way to make your ex jealous is to create an impression, Yahora, you are having the time of your life. There are these women that you have access to. You're posting subliminal images of you and scattered pillows everywhere, creating an impression, or you were just having whatever it is. But the thing that is happening here is that he wants her to think, hore, she wasn't good enough, and there are pretty women here, there are this. So hantle, the struggle is with being alone and accepting and dealing with relationships that have failed. If we are not dealing with relationships that have failed, we'll always try to find ourselves in our new partners, and then you then realize, oh no, this partner is not working. You move on to another person. You keep moving on to another person until the problem has always been you, not your partners. The problem is that sometimes people are not the commitment type, but they're not able to say. They're looking for experiences, and in our case, we thought because Minnie is hot and she's a celebrity that he will stay. But unfortunately, I've spoken about this before, Hore, a lot of hot women or women who are celebrated don't last in relationships, because some people only want to date them for the experience and to be able to say, no, I've dated so and so. But it's not really that they're interested in them. They're mainly interested in the experience of dating that particular celebrity. That's why most of our female celebrities are not lasting in their relationships, because some of these successful men only want to date them for the experience of saying, I was dating this person. But in the long run, they are not there for good intentions. They are there to take pictures. Babona haloro, no, he's dating this person. But it's not really about that person. Ke will satisfy that thing ebana le yona ko bona, hore, oh, I've dated such a person. And that actually, I don't know. You know how society celebrates these things. It makes them now to be in demand. More women now want to date these men because, oh, this man must have been dating this woman. Now Linda must get a chance. That's why you had the likes of Edwin Sodi dating multiple women, but the celebrities, but he never committed to any of them. In fact, more women were drawn to him because he was Edwin Sodi. They were drawn to the fact that he's got money. And I'm guessing when they were dating him, they thought he would wife them up, or they wanted the life that he was selling, basically. And unfortunately, time and time again, these women would have seen they don't commit. They don't commit. Instead, if anything, you become a name on their checklist to say, oh, I've dated Michali. I've dated, remember, he also dated Proverb's wife or ex-wife. Like, there's a list of women this guy dated, but he never committed, because once they become successful, for some, it's about ticking a list of women that they want to date in order for them to now say, no, I've dated this person, and he gets the respect from other men, because the respect they don't get from us, they get from other men to say, oh yeah, no, great, you've dated Minnie, you've dated Michali, you've dated Samuels. Basically, for them, it's about ticking that list. So do not be excited when these successful men ask you out. Don't be excited, because most of them, by excited, they have an ability now to date hot women, or women whom they wouldn't have attained if they didn't have their wealth. But once they do, there's a pool of women they want to date, but they don't date to commit. They date for the experience. So don't be overly excited when you see them asking women out, babarakela, these expensive cars, because when that relationship ends, they take back their cars. And Rona, we are excited. Oh, I wish I could get a man like this. Whatever she said in her prayers, whatever. But their prayers have negative outcomes, because when people saw her posting this Porsche, they were saying, oh, whatever she said in her prayers. But the car is gone. Even there's so many women who've posted the Range Rover. The Range Rovers go when that relationship ends. The only time when you can maybe celebrate the fact that a man has bought you a car is if that man is your husband. But how when the marriage ends, they take back their possessions, because some of them actually do it because they're getting something in return. But once Hufela, they take back what's theirs, and you go back to the life that you were living. So, in short, I'm just saying, Hore, this is a time to not be excited by these men who appear wealthy and they appear as if they're going to give you a life. But once you date them, you realize, but this person is a potential narcissist, or this person is an abuser, or this person doesn't actually have botu the way when you would have thought of motunale botu. Because remember, looks are always deceiving. So in person, you think, oh wow, this person is we respect them according to their careers. We respect them according to what they can give us. But when you are in a relationship with them, you realize, but this is another man. This is another man who has his own flaws, who has his own problems. But who is he? Once you sit down with him and you remove the title, who is this person that you are dating? Because at home, you're not dating a lawyer. At home, you're not dating a businessman. You are dating a human being that you have to wake up to every morning. You are dating a human being whom you have to handle, deal with their emotions, their mood swings, whatever it is, you have to now be exposed to those things when the lights are off or when the cameras stop rolling. So it's an extremely important time for you to know what you are looking for in a man. Sometimes we think we want money, and when they have money, they actually have nothing else to offer but their money. Now you are stuck with someone that you can't have a conversation with. You are stuck with someone who loves, exploring, has a wandering eye, loves other women. When you're not with them, they are busy keeping themselves busy with other women. They make you feel inadequate, because when you are with them, they're always comparing you to other women, comparing you to their exes who are more prettier than you. Or it's a lot of things that we have to deal with when it comes to dating men, especially black men, because black men seem to struggle with identity issues, especially with regards to understanding the importance and value of a relationship. And most of them are honestly still making time for the time they lost when women didn't want them. And now they, instead of focusing and trying to see, okay, now is the time for me to start my own family, to build my wealth with my family, get my children together, let my children know each other, build a solid foundation where my children can actually know who we are, where they come from, who I was, and actually cascade that wealth down to their children. They never think about their children. They're always thinking about women. They're always thinking about women, pouring into women, different women, buying alcohol, buying shoes, buying bags, and all of that. And they hardly ever give back to their children, or ensure bana ba bona grow up in an environment where, they are nourished. No, we're going to see our father excuse me, our father is taking us on holiday. Excuse me, our father is a solid man, who has a very I don't know, who has integrity, who is loyal. Most children would love to talk about their fathers in that way. No, even though our dad divorced with our mom or whatever, but our dad has siriti, how mo bona motho, how mo tlwaele hampe, because when you see him, you see someone onale an aura, a very clean aura, onale siriti, and unfortunately, the men who want to change women around and want to show people who they are dating this celebrity, and they struggle with maintaining a clean aura. Energy, how you can see, oh, this person actually has a clean aura and a clean energy about them. So I honestly wish they could see how it is a trap for them to be in this thing, because all it is gaining the respect of other men, but not women. Women will actually just want what other women have, and they will keep dating these men and benefit whatever they benefit from them. When it ends, they also move on to other men who are available. There's no clear way of doing things when it comes to us. There's no way of saying, no, actually, now I want to commit because in the next 5 years, I would love to see me and my family doing ABC. I would love for my children to know where they come from so they can achieve 1, 2, 3. They don't think about those things. They are only thinking about women, the next hot women, being seen with the next hot women, and ticking off their checklist. But when they wake up, Motu is 55. They are not married. They don't have a home. They don't have a family structure. They go to clubs they move from clubs to clubs looking for 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, because they are young, fresh, and feminine. But even the young, fresh, and feminine ones don't get married. They never marry them. And if they do, these women end up dating men who now have illnesses that need to be maintained. They have to look after these old men now, because these men failed to commit when they were a lot younger. Now you have this young girl. Remember what King Musedeku's fifth wife said, yo, I didn't sign up for this. Now I have to give him pills every morning, and no, this is not the life I wanted. Or I don't know, whatever she said. But you can see Hore now, you are marrying this young woman, but she doesn't understand Hore, yes, how lemuhulu, you are going to start taking medication because uhudile, and you have certain ailments now that need to be taken care of. Never mind the fact that he almost died, but she doesn't understand Hore, as his wife, she now has to look after him because it is for better or worse. So I just wish they got it, but they don't get it. So it's up to us to get what's happening and actually find ways now of really protecting ourselves from wanting all these financial things from men who are actually not intentional. And then later on, these spiritual diseases, because with 5 other women, and how when they are not with you, they are actually fulfilling their childhood fantasies or their fantasies. So I hope you are hearing me, because I fixated by these material things and these men who appear to have it all together, but house you realize or more, you have actually signed a deal with the devil himself.